Welcome to chat. Remember the blah blah blah. I should be able to just pull up the live studio from the computer and manage. That's probably me going live. Support the stream, boo. Let's see. YouTube Studio. Let's see. Here we go. If I pull it up, oh geez. God forbid. God forbid things work how I would like them to. I just want to be able to see the chat in a nice way. But so it's gonna that's okay. I mean, hi. There it is. Good luck, boo. Thank you. Thanks. Um yeah. Yeah. You changed your thing, boo. When did you do that? Okay. I just noticed, that's all. How we doing, chat? I'm working on the sequel to my novel. You guys should check out the first one, Oregonia and the Legend of the Meese. It's super rad. I worked really hard on it. It's super special. Let's see here. I'm working on the climax to the sequel. It's a bit complicated for me, at least. A lot of moving parts. Got to make sure it's coherent. Otherwise, it's doomed to just confuse people. Right. Right. Interesting. Boop. Hi. This is my book. It's called Oregonia and the Legend of Meese. You can buy it on Amazon. There's a link in the description. The ebook goes for $9.99. So if that's something you're into, that's the most affordable way to get it. $10. It's pretty chonky. It's pretty honky. Boop. Hold on. Let me find. This is expensive because I actually paid somebody to make. So I paid somebody to make like the art for it, front and back, right? And then I got around to paying somebody to do the art for the chapters, and then I had to like edit them myself to add in the like the actual chapter part because they made the art, and then I had to do the Photoshop to get this in, and that was a pain in the butt, huge pain in the butt, to do it all and make it consistent. Holy God, I put a lot of work into this. God, I think I need to fix chapter 7. So chapter no, I don't know. There's a chapter in here and needs work. Well, thanks for the likes. Thank you for the like. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hi, Floyd. I'm pretty happy with how the art turned out. Hello. Boom. See, it's like a creepy crow. It's got an ominous figure on the writing on the top of it. I don't know. I I really like the art. Pretty happy with how it turned out. Yeah. Boop. If you like reading, W, thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, I like this one. I should have made it a little bigger, but it's like all of them walking together under a waterfall. I can just gush about the art all day. Show the cover. I haven't shown the cover in a bit. This is Eli Donwood. He's the main protagonist of the story. It's got quite the like ensemble cast, but he's sort of like the guy who keeps the story moving along. Hi. By the way, IDOE means last day on Earth. Okay. So that's supposed to mean something? Is that relevant? Oh. Maybe it's in their name. I don't know. I don't know why they even said that. Hello. The acronym IDOE means last day on Earth. Which I don't know why. I figured it had something to do with their name. It's a game. Last Day on Earth. Okay. I'll have to. I'll check it out. I haven't had a lot of time to play games lately because I got 2 children and a full-time job, and I've been trying to prioritize my free time on writing and sell some books. That would be really cool too. Wish there. Maybe I should have done horizontal. Regardless. Do you guys read much? It might make a difference. I even have like special. I know I talk about the art a lot, but it's oh nice. Currently, I'm reading The Hobbit. I've been a huge fan of the movies since I was a kid, and I thought I would give the books a try. Besides that, when you read, I really want to get away from screens, and I really want to use my imagination. Like, so no screens. I just really want to avoid screens and audiobooks, and just it helps. I feel like I'm achieving multiple goals at once by reading a physical book. Yo, I think my dad has that same triangle tattoo you have. I don't know how old you are, but this is the Triforce from The Legend of Zelda. If your dad has this tattoo, then he's probably goated. I mean, any Zelda fan should know what this is. I noticed YouTube tried pushing my live because I was at 45 views, and then people started bailing real quick. But you know, that's typical because they just sweep, 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 sweep. I got to find a way. I don't know how people keep other people's attention constantly at all times. I don't know how it's spot. Maybe if I hold my book up there, I'll hold it up so people can see it the moment they hop into the live, and they could be like, "Oh wow, that cover's really cool. Oh, that little critter on the front is really cute. Did you make it? You know, like yeah, I wrote it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. We're working on the sequel. I say we, but me. I'm the only person. It's hard to talk about the sequel without spoiling, but does spoiling really matter if nobody's read it? You know what's freaky? I was just walking in downtown in my small little town, and somebody said, I forgot how they phrased it, but they said, "Did you write a book or something?" And I said, or they asked if I was C.W. Radke or my name or something, and I said, "Yeah." I was like, "I read your book." Like, you're just a random dude on the street. That's crazy that you read my book and you recognize me. How is that even possible? So that's fun. Even if it's not like something I do for a living, it's still something I enjoy doing, and I'm not going to stop because I have to find some way to get my creative juices satiated, because I'll go insane if I don't. So yeah, but if I could make, I work at a job where I get the summers off, right? If I can make enough money to not have to get a summer job doing, writing books, that would be like a dream come true. There is an ebook version if you guys are into the ebook. It's $9.99. Oh, thanks for all the likes, guys. I appreciate that. It really helps with the stream. And there's a link in the description for my book. You should check it out. It's pretty sweet. I know I might be kind of biased, but I don't know. I like it. Thanks. Maybe I could talk about the inspirations. So, if you like The Legend of Zelda, ta-da! I mean, I do. I like it. This takes some inspiration in terms of like the aesthetic. As you can tell, he's wearing a tunic. He's got the little hat. It's supposed to be reminiscent of Link from The Legend of Zelda, Sword and Shield. But he's a lot cuter. And he talks a lot more. Link don't talk much. And Kingdom Hearts has had a huge influence on me. There's not like a lot of Kingdom Hearts in here, unless you consider it's like the camaraderie and maybe the idea of just light versus darkness. It's funny. As I was writing this, I was watching Naruto for the first time, and the ending of Naruto made me reconsider the ending of my novel, which is going to have which completely changed how I was ever going to approach the second and third books. So thanks Naruto for kind of changing my perspective a little bit and getting me to change the ending to my book. I also like the idea of like little critters in a huge vast world, you know, because even in our world everything seems so big and I don't know, difficult to traverse. Everything is sort of like an adventure when you're that small. But the idea of like these small critters being able to have a huge impact on the world is a cool story to tell. I dig it. Like I just love that aesthetic. So like, what's that Studio Ghibli film? Babe, what's that film? I don't know if we watched it together. With the little people living in like under the house. Armoretti or some shit. Or The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap was a huge influence, aesthetically, at least. So this story takes place like I never want to talk about like I never have a hard timeline for these things. So it takes place in an unknown amount of time in the future, when humans are long gone. They've all died during like what the Mies. This guy, he's a Mies, Oregonia, and the Legend of the Mies. They call it the Dark Age, or the Dark Era, and humans haven't been seen since the fall, or humans haven't been seen in a long time. And with the fall of the humans also came this dark. I hope your channel gets very popular in your book too. Thanks you so much. I really appreciate that. You know, I don't think I try as hard as I should. I've been to like one book event ever. It's so hard. Like I would have to travel. I can't travel, man. Like I got to do what I can through the internet. But that also means taking time out of my day to do stuff on the internet. And when you have 2 kids and, you know, a job and bills to pay, it's hard to get around to it. Yeah, I wish I could just sit here and play video games on YouTube and Twitch all day. Like, wouldn't that be the dream? My wife, she's gonna start a YouTube channel soon. I haven't considered if I want to try to get people to subscribe to it before she's even made content. I kind of want there to be content first before I start really promoting it to people. But I'm gonna be like her channel manager and her editor, so she just gets to focus on like playing games, and then I do all the editing, and hopefully, you know, we can turn that into something. Because I've been doing YouTube for a long time, and I've done Let's Plays and all kinds of stuff. And dude, if I had an editor, I think things would have been so much easier. I think I would have been able to make a lot more progress. But you know, you live and you learn. I can take all of the skills I've learned from doing YouTube and editing videos, and I can help my wife maybe find some success, and that would be amazing. It'd feel pretty good to take what I've learned and to help somebody achieve their goals in like content creation. That'd be dope. Just to remind all the new people tuning in, you can find the link for my book in the description. I'm not sure how the hell you're supposed to. I don't know, because I'm getting this streamer view. Babe, Do you have my stream pulled up? Do you know how to? Is there a way to? I just want to make sure everybody has access to the description. Is there like 3 dots at the top right or something? Yeah. Is there a description? Yeah. Can you click on that? Yeah. Do you see like links? It's a YouTube link right here. A YouTube link. And then it's the elements. Oh, okay. So yeah, keep scrolling. Yeah, that's all. That shouldn't be right. There should be more links. Wait, never mind. There's more links. Yeah, so one of those should be an Amazon link. Nut milk or soy milk. I like almond milk. Is that nut milk? Yeah. Yeah. E. Clark Tube. E. Clark YouTube. Huh? Rotten shit milk. Classic. That's like a. Ooh. A goal? Should I said it? I don't know. I'd like to. There's the super chat goals. I don't know what the hell I would do if like I reached a super chat goal. I guess I could do like 10 push-ups. That'd be funny. 10 push-ups. I worked out yesterday, so I'm super sore, so it would hurt a lot, and that might be entertaining. One goal, all colors, dude. Boom. Ta-da! Are you gay? I am not gay. No, I am very straight. Nah, but I do support the gay homies and the trans homies. You guys are safe here. Speaking, there's like LGBTQ representation in here. You know, not a lot. It's like the book doesn't really focus on it, but there are, and like in the world of Oregonia, like your sexual orientation isn't really a thing. Like everybody, you just love who you love. Gender is not like a huge deal. People are pretty fluid in general, and that's just because we don't have like typical human social constructs. You know, because we're so rigid, you know, and in this world, it's just not that way. Greetings, everyone. Hello, Daniel. Hello, William. Hello. What is it? You collect YouTube ever? Why does this thing look like that? Okay. Hi, Boo Boo. How are you? I'm doing great. A little tired. Had a long day. Took the kids to downtown. Got them ice cream. We had a really good day. Now I'm just chatting with you guys, which is a great way to end my day. And if I could like sell one book, that would be awesome. Like if I could do like sell one book per stream or something, that'd be tits. Do people still say tits? This message is held for review. I wonder what that's about. You're funny, babe. You need to play bite. Oh, I see. Okay, you just misspelled something, and then YouTube got kind of they thought you were sus for it. Glad to hear you are well. I have not heard of Oregonia before. I will check it out. Yeah, it's an indie book. I wrote it. I published it. So no, you probably didn't hear about it, but you heard about it now. Um, there is a link in the description. You should check it out. Save it somewhere. Tab, bookmark it. Because you're not. It's not like I have the money to advertise the damn thing. That's why I have to do these little cute little streams. Can you guys hear my wife playing Elden Ring in the background? Out of curiosity. Not that that's a bad thing or anything. I was just curious if you could. I love to read a lot, so I'm always looking for new books. Well, yeah, you're not. This is going to be like the one of the few places you're ever going to hear about this one. It's really. I have a hard time just stocking it in my local stores, let alone other stores in the country. So, yeah, bookmark it. Follow the link in the description. Bookmark it. The ebook goes for as low as $9.99. Paperbacks $15.99, I think. There's like there is a hardback version, but that's like $24. I think it's still in print. I don't know if I print it. I don't know if I'm printing it right now. Do-do-do-do. If you like The Legend of Zelda, you'll like this book, I think. It's this big sprawling adventure. Takes a lot of aesthetics and feel world from the Zelda series. Hi, silly person. You should check out my book. Oh yeah, that's me on the back there. See, teehee. Look at that guy. I haven't shown the inside of it for a bit. So there's like, I even paid somebody to make little art. See, that was expensive. I mean, I think it was a pretty good price. I got like 30 pieces of art, or more than 30, for like $150 for all these like little sketches. The cover was, I think, 150. It looks like fantasy type of book, which I like to read. Well, it's pretty fantasy. Um, do you watch football? Not really. I mean, if I like the Seattle Seahawks, though, that's like my team. I watched the Super Bowl this year. I was excited to see them play. The halftime show was dope. Where else do you draw inspiration? Hmm. Yes. Kingdom Hearts. I'm not sure how Kingdom Hearts really applies to my book, except in terms of like the camaraderie the characters feel and the general sense of like good versus evil type of stuff. Oh, thanks. You're the best. Okay. I gotta go grab my daughter. I'll be back in a second. Ooh. Check out. My book. It's okay. Yeah, yeah. Just, what'd you drop? Still speaking. So, okay, thanks. Inspiration. Aesthetically, I'd also say like just the Legend of Zelda in general, but the Minish Cap. Um, what else? What else? It's hard. Um, dang, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard to say because maybe Lord of the Rings, because like I really describe the lay of the land, um, and I try to invoke like a big sense of scale and go into lots of details about the world because there's a lot of traveling. These are little critters traveling a very big world. At least for them, it's very big. It's basically just Oregon. I just gotta drop off the baby. Here you go, love. Oh. And then here's the papa. Here's papa. Kaboom. Book. Buy it. And you know, it'd be a funny goal, or maybe a good goal, like if I get a donation, like say $5 donation, I'll read 5 minutes of the book. That could be fun. I've been trying to get better at reading aloud. I know like a lot of people struggle with that, you know. But I'm also afraid to read it out loud because like what if I find more mistakes? I'm always finding mistakes because I can't hire an editor, so I have to edit it myself, and it's really hard. New viewers, check out my book, Oregonia and the Legend of the Meese. You can buy it on Amazon. Thanks for helping promote the Rainbow and Pride movement. No problem. You got to support the gay and trans homies. Absolutely. Am I crazy? That's a good amalgam of inspirational influence. I started creative writing and journalism. I dabbled with journalism in high school, and creative writing I did that in college too. Creative writing in college, high school and college, but I only got my associate's degree. I never ended up getting my bachelor's. But I did take everything I learned from high school and college and put it into this. And although, like, when I wrote this, I was an amateur, and I guess I still am an amateur. I can already tell because I have written another book. It's just not ready to publish yet. And I'm working on the sequel to this book. I can already tell between that book and the other book that I haven't published and the sequel to this one that I'm a vastly better writer, immensely better. So I'm excited to make the sequel. People I think are going to be kind of taken aback by how much better I think it's going to be a lot better. Because I think I've gotten so much better at writing since I wrote this book. So it'll be a weird time capsule of like this when I wrote this in my early 20s versus writing the sequel in my early 30s. I wish it didn't take me so long, but you know, life happens. I think I put too much time into like content creation when I should have been putting more time into writing. Because I guess I've always wanted to be a content creator. It always seemed fun. And I thought, oh, if I can build an audience, then I'll have somebody to sell my book to. You always glow. You always grow in your art. That's a good thing. Yeah. What's the book about? The book is about these mythical creatures called Mies who live in the magical world of Oregonia. And the realm of Oregonia is being threatened by this ancient darkness that hasn't been seen since the fall of mankind. So Eli and his mischief of new friends he makes along the journey have to save Oregonia. It's a good time. Give you a peek inside. Interesting. I got some nefarious dudes. I'm just so stoked that I got art. Are you from Oregon? Mostly. I've lived here most of my life, but I was born in Cali. It's another fun piece of art. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Pretty cool. Thanks. That's the baddie. Roseburg, for sure. I'm from McMinnville. Been living in Mac most of my life. Nice. Lol. Love it. Royal Empire. Nice. Yeah, their museum's fun. We got like a water park, which is kind of cool. I haven't been to the water park in a while. It's nice. So we don't have to travel to like. Is it with Wild Waves up in Washington? Even though it's way better. Cool. What else? What else? Maybe I could talk about the sequel a little bit. The sequel takes place a few years afterward. I can't remember. I think it takes place 7 years. It's funny. Hard to talk about the sequel when you guys don't know about the book yet. But I'm running out of things to talk about in the book. I need ideas. I need you guys to help me out. I'm sorry. I've been yapping this whole time. You guys, I have this sort of twist in here. And if you guys ever get around to reading the book, I need you to tell me if the twist works. Because I don't know if I haven't gotten enough feedback to know if the twist I have in it's past the halfway point. It's about a specific character. I want to know if it works, but I don't want to spoil it here in case you guys actually do get around to reading it. That'd be a shame. Ooh, you know what? I could talk about the origin of the Mies. So, a long time ago, before people settled in Oregon, it was like the indigenous people of Oregon, there was this one individual who was very, you could say, magically attuned to nature. And she was taking care of these little forest critters. essentially these mice, and there was this terrible storm, and she was about to die. And before she died, her soul was like divided between these 13 vessels, right? And these were the original Mies. There was like seven are like became like leaders and like wise men and women, and 5 of them became heroes, and then one of them became like this sort of outcast. But his magical powers were so um, um, stronger than theirs that he was able to maintain a very long life. And because of some tragic happenings, he retained this grudge, and he's just been sort of plotting his return for centuries. That would be hold on. Let me see if I can find a picture. This is near the climax. What are you talking about? I'm talking about my book. Bam. I wrote a book. This is near the end. Looks pretty fucking sick, if I do say so myself. Oh my god, that's so cool. Thank you. It's from my book, Oregonia and the Legend of the Mies. It's about these mythical critters who go on an adventure in the magical realm of Oregonia to stop an ancient darkness that hasn't been seen since the fall of mankind. And this guy, this guy you saw from the image, he's been plotting his revenge for centuries. There was a bright gray, skinny hand with long fingers in your closet on God. Okay, sure. Can I order it? You can order it on Amazon. Yeezy, what's up? Endless for real. Yes, please. Yes. Link in the description. The ebook goes for $9.99. That's as low as you're gonna get. Unless I do like a special sale, but I don't have time to do that right now. I got to. Oh, I should do one of these YouTube streams during like a sale. When next time I get around to doing a sale, I will check out your book. Thank you for your introduction to your work. Connected to yours and you sounds really cool. Thank you so much. It was far up on the right side. I don't know how someone could be that tall on a prank. Sure, okay. That's funny. I don't know, man. I don't think that, because I'm not superstitious whatsoever. Do you support the LGBTQ? Yes, I do support the LGBTQ. There's LGBTQ representation in my book. It's funny. I always wrote this with like one of the main characters. There's like 5 like main heroes. One of them, so like they're all pretty young, but this one guy, he's a little bit older, and he's married to a man. And I pray you do not use AI. No, AI. I don't know how else to support my my repulsion to AI. Screw AI. Boo AI. Yeah, I just, because he's like, I wrote him as like a very sort of macho, typically masculine type character, but he's married to a guy. And I feel like that's not, I don't see that a lot in media. And So I just thought that would have been cool or interesting to see somebody who kind of protrudes this typical action hero type of energy and is married to a guy. Um, and there's sort of a taboo relationship, or a taboo, like, star-crossed feelings between this one character and her sister's wife. The sister dies, and then but there's sort of these feelings between her and her wife, and so the buds, the roots are growing in this one, and they'll be explored in the next one. And then, but the funny thing is, when I was writing this, I was obviously a big supporter of, like, the gay community, right? But I was very ignorant to, like, about trans people. I wasn't like, I wouldn't consider myself hateful or anything at the time, but I definitely had, like, I hear this a lot, and I used to say this, that, like, you know, all right, am I back? I've just flip flop between the microphones because I haven't charged them in a while. View message. LGBTIM. Okay. Sweet. Yeah. So, as I was saying, like, I support trans people. Trans women are women. Trans men are men. I didn't understand that in my early 20s. Hello? Am I crazy? Hello? I'll try my little headphone. Can you guys hear me now? How's that? You're good? Cool. I don't it's probably not as it's not going to be as good as the little microphones, I don't think. I guess you guys can tell me that if it's better or good or whatever. Book. So yeah, I totally support trans people now, and I have for a long time. Um, but when I was rewriting this book and I decided to add, like, a non-binary character. Um, and this character is just so suave that, like, Eli's kind of smitten with them. Because, like, there was a section of this book where I just really wanted to explore one of the villages because it didn't get much exploration, and now I love it. It's one of my favorite chapters now because I basically took inspiration from, like, Venice and just really expanded this village. I think if I do decide to write more or to make some more changes, that I might do that for another chapter it's a huge pain if I add stuff, because then I have to like change the table of contents, and that's a whole nightmare. And then I have to like upload. Oh, it's a nightmare. Um, but yeah, I support the LGBTQ. um, what else? Yeah. I'm a trans guy, and since I identify as a girl, I'm also les. Are you... Wait. What are your pronouns? I'm confused. You're a trans guy. You identify as a girl. Those contradict. What are your pronouns? Boom. This is my book. You should buy it. It's really good. She, him. Got it. So, like, fluid or just both? Radkeys, you like other men? No, I'm a cis straight guy. Born a guy, identify as a guy, I like women. And I support the trans and queer homies. Both, kind of. Right, so, like, to each their own, man. I understand, like, trans men, trans women choosing, like, I even understand non-binary. But I can't completely wrap my head around, like, gender fluid I even understand, but when you say she, him, and you're kind of both at the same time, that's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around, but you're still valid. Too bad you look like a good bottom. That's funny. Another monitor just handled this. Hi, gamer. So, I guess a message got blocked. It's calling me a bottom. Which is funny, because I would be a top. Yeah, no, I'm not. I wouldn't be taken. Yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah, I mean, gender's bullshit anyways. I say bullshit, but I just mean, like, we made it up, and it's just a system we use out of convenience. Yeah, it can definitely be interesting to track. Important part is to remember that it's all the construct and to not worry about it too much. I think you're handling it perfect. Yeah. I always say that, like, it's really hard to like wrap your head around it, but once you do, it's so easy to understand. You just have to get over that hurdle. And that's what I tell people, if, like, I have a lot of family who just don't get it, and they don't want to get it, and they are frankly, like, disgusted by it. And that's and that's why they support fascism. you know. I can't believe how many people bought into this current administration over trans shit. It's fucking wild, dude. It's such a non-issue. I can't believe it. Well, the hard part is, it seems, with people is they don't understand, that they do not know the English language the way they thought they did. You ask them what's the pronoun, they lose their mind. And pronouns have resisted for a very long time, just because English language not hard to understand. I don't know. I've always been really progressive, so even if I didn't understand, I still, like, took the time to listen. And then once I did understand, it just became so easy. But anyways, yeah, there's LGBTQ representation in the book. It's good. There's a lot of action, and I try really hard to like go into detail with every movement, unless it's like a flurry of movements and where like maybe the eye would get lost or it's just like a frenzy. But there's just I like to go into detail on very specific movements. I've been told that reading my book feels like watching a movie or something. I guess I do a decent job painting a picture in that regard. Yeah, I think the most important part is to remember that we're talking about people and they exist and that's all they want. Could you imagine if every day someone told you you didn't exist? No, I mean, I, not in the same way like trans or queer people do. Like I'm an atheist, and I know there are communities, entire states that despise me for just not believing. Some people consider it worse than like being a member of a different religion. It's wild. Do you support furries and Therians? Sure. I mean, yeah. I don't care if you're a furry. It's not my thing, but you're valid. I don't know what a Therian is though. Therians? Is that like scalies? Oh, excuse me, excuse me. If you guys, I don't have a lot of time to post content, uh, but I want to. Are you a 40K fan? I wouldn't say I'm a 40K fan. I watch, there's, I'm familiar with some of the lore. I know like right wingers like it because they don't understand like the fascism part of 40K is bad. They think it's cool when you're not supposed to identify with the fascism. It's kind of like it's not on the nose as like Helldivers 2, but yeah, you're not supposed to really fuck with the is the Empyrean? I forget. Uh, Agreed. A Therian is someone who acts like a cat or an animal, not technically furries. I mean, you can act like. I mean, support. I don't know. Like, I don't. I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. If that's your thing. That's your thing. Not my. I'll act like a frog for my son. You know, or a horse. We play horsey. Is that the same thing? Am I gay? Fellas, is it gay to play horsey with your son?
No, it is not.
Fellas, is it gay to play froggy with your daughter?
Is it gay to deep throw a hot dog?
A little. Fellas, is it gay to like women? I get bullied a lot for being a Therian. Bro, like, yeah, I mean, if my friends were into that shit, I might tease them a little bit, but
Is it gay to
they're
shave
not.
it?
You're not lesser as a person. Like, I, I'm not gonna like. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of rough. Like socially, it's kind of weird. But I mean, but everybody's into like weird shit. Everybody's got their quirks, you know? Pretending like you're an animal just isn't my thing. If you deep throat a glizzy, it's all good. Just don't like eye contact
it won't be gay. Right. True. True. Excuse me. Is it gay for men to shave their legs or armpits? Of course it's not gay. I mean, it's super gay. It's pretty gay. But you know what isn't gay? I was gonna say my book, but I was using gay in like the '90s way. But like, oh, if that's lame, that's gay. But this book is gay because there's gay characters. It's gay. It's gay in the good way, and it's not gay in the '90s way. If that, I don't, buy my book. Buy my book. Buy my book. Buy it. Solid recovery. Thanks, dog. Appreciate it. So since we've been talking politics and stuff, I'm only buying if it's furry hentai. There's none of that. I mean, I guess you can consider this like furry bait. What's your book about? It's not about furries. I never made it with the intention to appeal to furries, but if furries like it, that's totally cool. It's about these mythical creatures called Mies, who go on an adventure across the realm of Oregonia to stop an ancient darkness not seen since the fall of mankind. They go on these wonderful adventures through the sprawling, magical land that was once Oregon, the state of Oregon. You sure? What am I sure about? Who did the artwork? Did you write it? I wrote it, yes. I wrote the book. The art was done by a couple different people. Somebody made this background art. He goes by 99. No, the website was 99 Designs. The background art was done by 99 Designs. I forgot the artist because it was so many years ago. The character design was done by someone. I forget his name. And then the character design was altered by Red Harleth on Fiverr. And then Red Harleth also added this character to this background. I know it's complicated, but there's been a lot of hands, a lot of different hands and fingers and stuff on this cover. Oh my god. Was any of the art made by AI? No. I would never use AI for my art or my writing. Have you sold anything? Not through these live streams as far as I can tell. I go, I sell it at my local bookstore. I get the occasional book sale on Amazon. You hate AI? Yeah, so do I. Fuck AI. OMG, cool. There's a link to my book in the description. It's like if you click the little dots at the top right, you can find the description, and there's a link there. The ebook goes for $9.99. What's your favorite flavor of gum? Huh. Hey, easy now. AI is amazing. No shaming using it. Hard disagree. AI can be like a fun novelty. I used to dick around with it a few years ago, but now that I've taken a principled stance and I generally stay away from it when I can. It's on my phone, so my phone makes me use it all the time. But like, AI is okay in some instances. Just when it comes to art, it's not okay. Hey, thanks for subscribing. I think my mom is proud of me. Have you ever farted twice in less than an hour? Of course.
Yep, me too.
I pray for you. Ignore the hate. What hate? I haven't gotten any hate. Are you reading Goosebumps? No, I am not reading Goosebumps.
It's serious.
I don't. My wife likes it. I've never read it.
No, my aunt used to read it.
I'm a go see ya. Thanks, Yeezy Cod. I hope you subscribe so you can tune into other live streams later and stuff. It's been nice talking to you. I think my mom is so proud of me. That's good. I'm glad your mom is proud of you. My mom is also proud of me. Yay! Why does it matter when it comes to art? Let me guess, you're gonna say some stuff about it being lazy or putting people out of business like artists.
If anything, we're being put out.
I finally
by
learned
AI.
all humans poop today. Are you proud? So proud. I can't be any more proud. BBNJJJHJJH09E. I feel like you're just trolling. I think you're a troll. I take a principled stance. I think AI art is not real art because it's unethical. Because generative AI steals art from other sources. You can call me BBN. Got it. So when you make AI art, it's just an amalgamation of other people's art ripped from their source material. It's messed up, and it's bad for the environment. And
Bad for business.
I mean, you could say it's bad for business.
It is bad for business.
I think on like a real level it is, but like these businesses, these giant businesses want you to think AI is the future, and like they're gaslighting us about AI, and it's driving me crazy. I hate it so much. You are the image of God, the one who gives and takes away. Genesis 1. Let us make man in our own image. God loves you, Jesus. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Jesus. So that doesn't really work on me. I find the evidence not convincing. Not trolling, just asking questions. I mean, people who like AI, like who the fuck likes AI? Who goes to bat for AI and isn't a troll or a grifter? Like, sorry for if I think you're a troll, because it's a very reasonable assumption to make. Are you circumcised? I'm surprised that question went through. YouTube is pretty good about filtering stuff. That's kind of a personal question. I'm not going to answer that. You look like the lowest ranked Civil War soldier. No offense, bruh. Civil War soldier? Lowest. Okay. You mean like the video game? Call of Duty Civil War? Wait, no, that's Cold War. I was thinking of Cold War. Civil War. As long as I look like I'm on the correct side of the Civil War, that's fine. Well, what do you say to a guy like me? He doesn't have the time or the skills to learn everything like editing and animation, but yet with AI, I can finally make shows that I want. No, you're just, even if you don't have the time or the skills, like you practicing, even if anything you make with your own hand, whether you have the skill or not, is better than AI. AI is, I mean, it's getting better, which is scary. It sucks that it's getting better. Because like, it's soulless trash, and it steals art from other people, and I just can't support it for that reason. I think there are some uses for AI, like, just like AI assistants on your phones. Like, that's not a big deal, I guess. It sucks when they get shit wrong all the time. But people are just rushing into this AI thing too quickly, and we're getting really crappy products because of it. It totally blows. But yeah, AI is lame. I don't support it. Yes, of course, it's only going to get better in 5 years. You'll be able to talk to it. Oh, please don't talk to it. Like, people who have, like, befriend it or use it as, like, a girlfriend simulator, you're, I don't, Jesus Christ. Like, you're killing yourself. you're killing the human race. I don't want to spend years, time, money, learning, or paying someone to make all the animations when it could just be done for free and easy. Well, it's not for free. Maybe you can do some of it for free. But, like, the people who are, like, making these projects, they're, like, spending a lot of money. It's killing our environment. And they had to steal the art from somewhere. So it's not free. Artists are getting ripped off. The earth is getting ripped off. And you're getting ripped off. Yeah, I don't get going up to bat for AI. The reality is, it's just the automobile versus the horse. No, it's not. No. You're good at being an artist, a writer, whatever it is you do. People will put your stuff. If I'm lucky, sure. Oof. Just reading messages. Thanks for all the likes, guys. I really appreciate it. Ow. Shit. Retouch. Oh, retouch. Green screen? Green screen. Oh. That's a neat feature, I guess. See how well it works. Not at all, I guess. You guys play Zelda? The Minish Cap was one of the inspirations for my book, aesthetically, at least. If there's any new viewers here, I'll go over it again. This is Oregonia in the Legend of the Mies. It's about these mythical critters called Mies who go on an adventure across the realm of Oregonia to stop an ancient darkness that has not been seen since the fall of mankind. You can buy it on Amazon. There's a link in the description. You can buy the ebook for $9.99. I liked all the discourse. I guess that one guy came in here to try to preach about God. That was funny. I pray for you to ignore the hate. I like your rebuttal. No, it's not. Well, therefore, I guess you're right. You said it's not. Lol. It's not. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what? Hold on. I have some character designs. Hi. This is my book, Oregonia and the Legend of the Meese. I'm going to talk about it some more. I do have some art. I did save up some money, and I paid an artist. I subscribed to. Oh, thank you, BBN. I appreciate that. Whether we disagree, I got no ill will towards you, personally. So, I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, that's some character art that I had somebody draw. I did some of my own sketches and stuff. They're not very good, but they did a great job capturing the essence. There's Eli Donwood from the village of Cloverfield. Yeah, I was gonna say earlier you could set your green screen and you can put your book on the background so you don't have to hold it. Kind of like holding it. What is the book about? It's about this critter, Eli Donwood. He's a Meese, and him and along with his some new companions he makes along his journey, go on an adventure to stop an ancient darkness that hasn't been seen since the fall of mankind. Well, you realize you can use this stuff to put in your own original art, and then AI can do the rest. See, there's a case for like if you're using if you're using now principally I don't care for AI art in general, but if you get the artist's permission and they've been compensated, that's like okay. Or say like an artist wants to, bro, you can quit backseat choice making. Thanks, that's funny. No cheeses for us Mises. But like if an artist wants to pump their art into like an AI generator, like they can do that. I personally am just against AI in general, principally because AI art in general is bad for art, and AI is bad for the environment. But anyways, this is Eli. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up some other characters because I got some other character art. Oh, really? Dang it. I don't have it here. Biscuits. What about here? Do I have this one? I do. Haha. I have this one ready. Now this is Stephanie Gales from the village of Roseshire. She's like a masterclass archer and not too bad with a rapier. She's spunky, little hot-headed. I think the character design alone gives you that impression. These guys are very talented. Haven't made a choice for anyone, and trying. What are you gonna do about it? Are we gonna attack other chatters? That's funny. That's funny. Okay. What else? What else? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Do I have this one? I do. I like this one. This is Chris Ironwill from the village of Silver Bridge. He's coming at me. I can't defend myself. I mean, you're the one who said, "What are you gonna do about it?" Which I think is way more aggressive than quit backseat like choice making. But that's just me. Bro, what? Calm it down, bud. um, this guy, he's dealing with some insecurities. He's arguably, and I'm kind of debating this myself, like arguably like the best swordsman in the whole story. Maybe not the strongest character, but like the best swordsman. Um, Eli is he's very talented, but if Chris could just get on top of his game in like a one-on-one fight, I don't think he could be matched. Is his sword on fire or hot? It is. It is very hot. He channels he's so they all have elemental powers, um, and his is fire, and he channels the heat into his sword. So it becomes like I forget the word. It's like incandescent. But it just means it becomes like really bright, hot metal. And it's super sick. Jesus loves you. He passed away. I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe he died for me. Sorry, not sorry. Do you have a? Yeah. I should do a debate stream, I guess, or something. I don't know. This isn't really the channel where I want to talk about that kind of stuff, but I'm not against talking about it. I just want to talk about my book and my characters. Jesus still loves you. I'm not even convinced Jesus ever lived, and he's certainly not alive now, so I don't think he loves me. I don't think he's the Son of God. I do like some of the stuff they talk about. You know, he seems like a cool guy in general. I think the people who, like, if you voted for Donald Trump, sorry to bring up politics, but if you voted for Donald Trump and you like Jesus, then you don't like Jesus. Jesus is not to love us, and please stop putting your voodoo magic on us. I'm sorry you guys don't feel that way. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Hold on. I have other character designs. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. This is Pete Peterson from the village of boy. I forgot his village name. Maryville. He's a super chill guy who can be really like badass if he needs to be. It's funny, he's wearing this like straw hat thing, but in the original design sketch I drew, it was supposed to be more like a beanie, but there was like I don't think that came across when I sent it to the artist and they drew this straw hat thing, and I liked it way more. So I left it like that. Much better. Understandable to doubt the divinity of Jesus, but there's wild amounts of historical evidence of him existing, more evidence than Caesar. You guys say that, and like, I'm not gonna deny he existed first, like, because I need extra biblical evidence. I need evidence outside of the Bible that he existed, and I haven't. But even if he did exist, that doesn't mean he's God or the Son of God. Sorry, he's just a sassy expression. Lol, very cool. Thank you. Yeah, I like him, and I think it's really funny. Like his name is Pete Peterson, and it's kind of like a joke in the book that his name is so silly. Maybe you can call that like, I don't know, lazy. I just think it's a really funny bit. Call me No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, link in the description. You can buy my book. Let me see here. I have another image to show you guys. It might take me a second to find it. We should box. Maybe. I have a punching bag and boxing gloves, and I'm not like I've never really sparred with anybody before, but I do it for exercise, and it's fun. Nope, that's not right. Right. Art. No files. Come on, where the heck did I put it? I hate this. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Trying to find that worked. Hold on. Is this right? Oh, hey, we got the same glasses. The Oakleys. Very nice. I like them. I'm not even gonna. I don't like that message you sent. Theon. It's kind of icky.
Who's talking to?
The person in the chat.
What did it say?
You're a mod. I think you can read it.
I don't know what you're looking at.
A message. Okay, be a baby then. Love how they do the nose for those. Yeah. I don't like it when it digs. Trying to find, I think. No. Hold on. I don't think that's right. No. Find the image. No! What is going on? Okay. Sorry. Bit. How do you do those for those? The nose bit for those. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is the one. Sorry about that. I just wanted to add the image to my software, so I had it. I have to be careful showing you this one because I don't want spoilers. Boom. That is chic. They're an assassin from the. They're a rogue from the village of Bayleaf. Very cool. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I don't know why I said excuse me for popping my back. That's such a cool design. Thanks. I mean, I didn't make it. I mean, all of these are based off sketches I made, but the sketches weren't very good. They had to take a lot of creative liberties. And it didn't completely come out how I imagined it, but the changes they made based off what what they could interpret from my sketches turned out so good. I just had to leave it that way. And I kind of like for the most part the colors of the characters and their outfits don't match their abilities. Like Chris, he's like his armor is gray and blue, but his power is fire. His sort of elemental color would be like red. Still your concept. Thank you. And then like Shroud. Shroud wears this cloak. They wear purple and they wear black to cover the rest of their fur. And they wear like a long green cloak, but they control like water and ice. And like Stephanie, she wears red. You'd think, oh, fire, but no, she controls wind. So I like that their colors don't correspond to like their abilities, which makes for some like interesting contrast, like when between the character design, their color palette, and then when they're using their abilities. What's this all for, by the way? I got here long ago writing a story. So it's about this book, Oregonia and the Legend of the Meese. You can buy it on Amazon. It's about these mythical critters called Meese who go on an adventure across the realm of Oregonia to stop an ancient darkness that hasn't been seen since the fall of mankind. And the characters I've been showing you are like the main cast of characters, the protagonists. But I do have a character design for the bad guy. Oh, this is an old one. So this is like a sketchy sketch. Like it's a little rough around the edges, but it still gets the picture across. There's Umbra. He's the main antagonist of the first book. When I originally designed him, I dropped my phone. It was just black, just all black. His fur black, his cloak black, everything black. I never intended but the artist took some liberties and added some lighter tones. Added the purple to like the tips of the feathers, which I think works great because just because some birds, because they're feathers, some birds they might be like black, but there's like a sheen of color you can find on their feathers. So yeah, it turned out really cool. It had so much needed color. Oh, excuse me, I've had a very long day. I gotta do these types of streams earlier in the day, but I gotta like find babysitters and stuff. Oh, tired. Yeah, I really like the palette. The palette is totally came from, I think, I don't know if I contributed to the color palette. I just thought, oh, he's all black, and he has like yellow eyes. So I think all of the rest of the colors came from the artist and their interpretation, which I love. Another little detail, like on Eli. So I came up with like the leaf green tunic, where it's just leaves, and the red scarf. The red scarf I added in very, very, very late. You picked a good artist then. Yeah. But they added this little gourd thing, which I assume would contain water. I never thought of that. It's such a cool, cute little detail. And the sword, it's a fang, it's a tooth. And I always imagined like wrappings at the bottom, but they did like little strings, which is fine. I think it still looks good. It helps it stand out more. And I always imagined like a sash around his waist, kind of like Link has in like Skyward Sword. Like he's got this sash. I don't know what else to call it. And then they kind of added these like ropes. I don't know if I ever It wasn't my idea to do the ropes. I think that's just how they interpreted it, and it's fine. It comes together so well. You know, what I just realized these character designs. I think they're very reminiscent of like Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you guys get Sonic vibes? I get Sonic vibes. And I think that might have been because I used to be a huge Sonic fan. I mean, I'm still a Sonic fan, but like I used to be really into Sonic. And I think that kind of comes through in some of these designs. Yeah, those gourds are an ancient bottle that was actually historically used. Yeah, totally. Um, so I love getting other people's perspectives and stuff, and I wish I could do that more. Like, I wish I had like a slew of beta readers to read my book before I published it. I think it would have helped a lot. But finding people to read your book, like, that's impossible. Impossible. I don't know how people do it without. I guess you could pay them, but I can definitely see a little bit of Tails in that. Exactly. Like Tails has like that white whisker facial hair thing going on, and that was never intentional. I actually, in my original designs, it wasn't so like there was always 3 points, but they would always it was very pointy. Maybe even closer to Tails, because this is less like Tails. I don't know. It turned out different than how I interpreted it, but it still looks so good. You just have to trust these character designers because they actually know what they're doing. I only the little swirl in the ear was me. I always kind of liked the idea of like it's kind of like the letter E for Eli. Build a community here and make a Discord. I'm sure you can find people to read. Yeah. I did make a Discord, but and like I had all these friends and this this one guy offered to be like a mod and help out and do a lot of stuff with like the community. Oh, hey son. Because I just couldn't do it. Like I just didn't with my family and everyone. I just didn't.
Turn the light off.
My son got out of bed and he came and turned the light off.
Come on, Ben.
Good night, son.
Come on, baby.
I love you.
He just tooted.
Yeah, be careful. Watch out for Sissy.
Want some water? He's thirsty.
The swirl is a nice touch. Thank you. Yeah.
Mom have kisses?
Oh, yeah.
Love you.
I did the blue earring. What a little savage, lol. The blue earring, that's basically like a straight like. I mean, this whole design is supposed to be reminiscent of like Link, but then the blue earring was definitely like a direct link to Link. I kind of and it adds a nice little pinch of color because he's got all these light browns, lots of green, and then like that splash of red, and then just a little tiny bit of blue. And I think that trifecta of colors, green, red, blue, it's very Legend of Zelda. You know, I identify those 3 colors as like Zelda, and I wanted that to reflect in Eli. Thank you for all the likes. I wonder if good morning, sweet. It's more like good night, but oh wow, it's 12 o'clock.
Yeah, can you put it in
Tiana? Yeah, just a second. I can't believe I started the stream so late. I thought
how long have you been streaming?
an hour and 40 minutes, but it's 12 o'clock. I don't know. I thought I started the stream way earlier. Yeah, I can see that Zelda theme. A message redacted. Okay. Um, I'm gonna be back. I have to put my daughter in her crib.
Is this the time we use those?
I'm back. So, you know what, babe? I remember I started my stream on TikTok. And I streamed on TikTok for a few minutes. That's why it feels like I've been streaming for so long. But streaming on TikTok sucks ass. I started streaming on there and they restricted my stream because like I was like redirecting people to a different website. Yeah, it was. And it's like, I want to sell my book on TikTok, but they make it so hard to make a seller account.
Fuck TikTok.
Yeah, fuck TikTok.
Literally.
So I thought, I've never tried.
Freaking political babies go to.
Yeah. I've never tried doing a stream on YouTube from my phone. I've never tried it before. So I thought, because like it can take a lot of time and energy to set it up on the computer, and then I have to decide like what I'm going to show on the screen. It could be a big hassle, but doing this quick little deal, I might do this more. And besides, like I've never gotten this much engagement from a regular stream, at least not in a long, long, long time. I've never heard anything good about TikTok for creators. Yeah, it blows. The shorts streams are fantastic for gaining new viewers because we randomly filter in. Yeah. You don't really want that kind of audience, though. I don't know. It feels weird. Because I don't like shorts in general. I think it's bad for these, like this short form content is bad for these platforms. I mean, it's bad for viewers. And it's also like, it's bad for the viewer experience, but it's also bad for us. So bad for our attention spans. We get so addicted, and I don't. Part of me wants to do it because it looks fun, but another part of me is like, I don't want to contribute. And it's like, I don't think you're bad if you contribute. I don't think I would be bad, or I don't even think it would really go against like my beliefs or principles or whatever. It's not, I don't know. But you have to adapt. And I don't know, short form, there's worse things, I guess. It's not AI. I got a buddy who runs short streams and full screen simultaneously. That way he can catch the randos and drag them to the full screen stream where it's more regular. Like he streams, he does both on the same channel, or are they different channels? Can you do 2 YouTube streams, one vertical, one horizontal, at the same time on the same account? Yeah, you can do both at the same time. That's crazy. Huh. That might be worth trying. And I've had a lot of success with shorts before, but I don't want, because people who subscribe to shorts for the short content don't usually bounce over to the long form content. And I don't want to make a bunch of content for it to only be successful in short form. It kind of sucks. Jesus died so you can live. Why do I keep these Russian Chinese bots, man? Um, it's crazy how many of these guys there are. I totally get the hesitation, lol. It does increase your odds of finding people, though. Yeah, maybe I would take the time to do it, but my life is so busy right now. And I think until my kids are older and can and can be more independent and take care of themselves, I don't know if I can do more content creation stuff fully. Not a bot. He loves you, bro. God bless. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Jesus. There's so many of you guys. Amen, Caleb. It's Easter weekend. There's a lot of preaching going on. Jesus did not die so you could live. The like button too. That's a funny name. Yeah, it's same atheist here. Yo, Joey, fellow atheist. What's up? Well, that's weird. Easter is about getting fat off chocolate.
That was
My-
kind of funny.
There's something wrong with chat. At least, whatever. I can still see the chat over here.
Did you see my comment?
I did. I read it.
It's supposed to be funny.
It is funny. I'm Christian, but I try not to be obnoxious about it, and absolutely not. No hate to other beliefs, for sure. You think Jesus is made up believe like Santa Claus? Basically. I mean, I don't doubt that there was a guy named Jesus, or somebody you can sort of attribute, like somebody who was, I believe like there could have been a guy who a lot of stuff was attributed to, or like an amalgamation of peoples who did a bunch of different things and they got all pooled together. I don't believe he walked on water or turned water into wine. There's no evidence for that. Jesus, according to the Bible, died for our sins to be forgiven. I say the Bible. I don't believe in anything the Bible says. Easter was originally a celebration of
I think
spring.
it's funny that
Yeah.
they keep updating the Bible like every year.
That's funny. It's the
Because it's
combination of the pagan solstice and resurrection. So, true, yeah. It's about like it's about birth and rebirth and yeah. It's like they a lot of the way we celebrate it is pagan. They combined it to make the blending of societies easier. Yeah. Yep. That's like every holiday. Anyways, this is my book. It's called Oregonia and the Legend of the Meese. You can buy it on Amazon. It's about these mythical creatures called Meese who go on an adventure across the realm of Oregonia to stop an ancient darkness that has not been seen since the fall of mankind. So I keep tripping over my words because I've been doing this for 2 hours now. Jesus is historically accurate, however, the story is much like how we explain ourselves is highly exaggerated. Yeah, that's fair. Is there extra biblical evidence? I haven't looked into the existence of Jesus, the person, too extensively. The book cover looks like Portland Forest. It takes place in Oregon, so I'm glad you made that distinction. The Meese call it Oregonia, but it takes place in Oregon. Hi. Yes, I knew it. Yes, and you can buy it on Amazon. It's really good. If you guys are just tuning in, I can show off some of my character designs for the book. This is Eli Donwood from the village of Cloverfield. He's just supposed to be a good boy. Best boy. Just a kind lad.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Are we supposed to see that picture?
I had it like this. There might be a delay on your end.
I'm not sure. It's not showing. Maybe.
Well, I think that's a you problem.
No, I have no delay at all.
There's evidence for him existing as a person from opposing faiths and strictly historians. The evidence isn't solely in the Bible itself.
Slight.
Is that a design for your new furry costume? Ha! That's funny. No, I am not a furry. I just really like stories about small critters going on adventures in big worlds. Like the Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. That's my shit. Amen, Caleb. Oh, yeah. For some reason, chat on my phone is like broken. It stopped working, so I have to like view chat on the computer. Do you have mushrooms included in your story? There is a village of mushrooms called Mushroom. Yes. Hold on. I have some chapter art that features a guy smoking from a pipe and some mushrooms. He's not smoking the mushrooms. He's like leaning on a mushroom. There it is. So he's leaning on a mushroom, smoking a pipe, reconnecting. You're live. Okay. I think I lost connection there for a second. The scale difference is very exciting. Exactly. Like, they encounter a bear, and from their perspective, like, the bear is colossal. It's just ungodly. But, you know, the trees all feel like skyscrapers. I love it. Can't have a story without mushrooms. What is your book called? My book is called Oregonia and the Legend of the Meese. And you can find it on Amazon. There is a link in the description. Did you break your glasses? Or is it... Oh, yeah. They broke. I have to go get them fixed. That's terrifying as a small creature. Yeah. There's a battle, fight sequence near the end of the book where two Meese are fighting on the back. So like there's a wolf and a lynx, and they're fighting, and then the two Meese are fighting on their backs. So like as the wolf and the lynx are fighting, they're like getting like tangled up in their fur, and they're fighting each other while fighting on top of these two animals fighting each other. I just think that's so cool. In fact, I have art. Journey must go on. Silver Falls. Cave of Ordeals. Oh God, I'm gonna break it. Enlightenment. Battle of Witches' Cauldron. Edge of Darkness. Hold on. Yeah. Wait, no. Edge of Darkness was right before. From Dusk Till Dawn, which is a cool play on their names because it's Umbra Duskroot and Eli Dawnwood. So From Dusk Till Dawn is a reference to their names. It's very clever, I think. Oh, I might. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I messed up the orientation. The light is off because my son is sleeping in my bed. Hi, man. Hi. So I'm just gonna Boom, see? They be fighting.
I think it's funny how Trevor just came in here and he thinks he like owns the place and just turns the lights off.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not sleeping with the fucking light on. Are you crazy? That's dope.
I thought it was so funny though.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's pretty fucking sick too.
What?
Oh, my book. And the art inside of it. And the battles themselves.
Sorry, I thought we were still talking about
Yeah, there's I think a lot of cool concepts. The final sequence is really cool. Like the wolf and the lynx are like their physical is aspiration the right word or apps? They're like ghosts, kind of, that can physically interact with the world.
Operations?
What? Apparitions? I think it's apparitions.
Yeah.
And because of that, they can like their fight is taken to like the water. So they're fighting on this tree, and then their fight goes to the water, and they can stand on the water because they're not like fully corporeal, and like the water is bobbing up and down because there's this crazy storm, and this is all happening inside of Crater Lake. Okay, so like the climax happens in Crater Lake. I think I think I write some pretty cool like fight sequences. You know, they're pretty cool. I hope. Okay, it would be sweet if like one day I can get like an animated adaptation or something. If like my book ever blows up, I can see my creations. Sweet Sakuga. I'm about it. Adds another dynamic to it. Yeah. I think I got good choreography. I guess you could put it. It's good. I think I'm good with set pieces and fight sequences and choreography and stuff. I wish I could animate. I'd just animate it. I wish I could draw. I always wanted to like draw comic books. You just ordered it? Oh my god. Did you order the ebook or the physical copy? Physical copy. Nice. Fucking sick. I wish that like when people ordered my book, it would show up in my sales reports instantly. But I think it takes a few days, which is so lame. I don't think it counts until it like ships. Once it ships, then I think it counts as a sale. Excuse me, sorry. Oh god, tomorrow's Easter.
Today's Easter.
Don't give me that. I know what you did.
I know you did. You know what I did. Don't be stupid. Jump
I used like new. Oh. So somebody returned it. Those bastards.
Have I returned your book?
I guess, like, if you can buy a used copy of my book on Amazon, that usually means somebody returned it.
That's crazy.
Which is, that's kind of sad to think somebody returned my book.
Sorry.
You know, hey, somebody bought it. Somebody bought it, so.
They bought it and they didn't think what they thought it was.
Yeah, but this guy bought the used copy. So somebody else bought it, which, does that, I wonder if that means I don't make the money off that sale. Because, actually, yeah, I don't know how that works. Returning a book is wild to me. It's pretty funny. What, babe?
So you don't get paid for your used copies?
I actually have no idea.
You should find out.
I guess I'll find out in a few days. Amazon might just eat the cost. Right. Because they don't have, if they're not because it's print on demand. If somebody orders a book, a new book, they print it right then and there, and I think that's typically. I don't know. I guess I'll find out. I'll find out in a few days if I make the money or not, or if I already made the money the first time. Sorry, man. It was $8. No hate. I don't blame you one bit. I'm just glad that my book is getting out there in the world, and like, I hope you enjoy it, and um, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you tell everybody about it, and I hope you leave a review because I barely have any reviews. Some reviews would be amazing. I need more. But fun thing, like you could tune back in future streams and ask me questions about the book. I've always hoped that like fans, I guess, could come in and be like, "Oh, I want to know more about this or that about getting into the nitty gritties." I never get to go into the nitty gritties because I mean, most people who tune in haven't bought and read my book. Maybe they'll buy it, but they haven't read it all the way. I subbed and liked. Thank you for subscribing. Jesus is Lord. Dude, there's so many of these guys. Oh my god. Should I just turn this into a debate stream? Jesus Christ. Hey, Potato, can you buy my book? Do you want to buy my book? I want you to pray. What does the Holy Spirit tell you? Is the Holy Spirit telling you to buy my book? Is Jesus your Lord Jesus Christ? What does he have to say about my book? Does he want you to buy it? There's a bald eagle in this book that is inspired by Christopher Hitchens. Thanks, man. Looks good, huh? Appreciate that. I think his name Valkar the Brave. Yeah, he's inspired by Christopher Hitchens. Rip Christopher Hitchens. I feel like, I mean, I'm not glad he's dead, obviously, but I feel like he would be kind of, I don't know if he would have kept up with the times. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. I know it can be frustrating, but try to understand that most of the preacher types do it because they genuinely believe it and try to help you. No, man. I have because they know like they're it's a bit because they're gonna do it. They're gonna say Jesus loves you, and then the guy in the video, like me, is gonna be like, "Oh, Jesus loves you too, man." So, or they're gonna find people who disagree with them, and they're not gonna change that person's mind, and it's just gonna be insulting and weird, or so it's like it's a circle jerk. Because if he goes in and people validate him, then that feels good. And if they don't validate him, like me, then he gets to feel like, I don't know, he gets like a persecution complex or whatever. I know there's people out there who genuinely believe this stuff and only wants what's best for people, but the ones who go on the internet and people's chats and type that stuff, they're not. They're full of shit. And there's just so many of them. And I don't know if that's because the culture is changing and people are becoming more Christian or more... I don't think they're becoming more Christian. I think they're just getting louder. Do you support Israel? No. They're genociding Palestinians. Am I rage baiting? People are coming into my chat talking about Jesus. I'm just trying to get people to buy my book, Oregonia and the Legend of Mies.
Yeah, and everybody's being into
It's
a religious.
And it's about these mythical creatures called Mies who go on an adventure across the realm of Oregonia to stop an ancient darkness that hasn't been seen since the fall of mankind. There's a link in the description. You can buy my book on Amazon. And then people come in and they start Your GF. Is that you talking about my lol my GF, my wife. But thank you. Yes, she's funny.
What?
They think you're funny.
Why? Because I'm saying it's just a fucking religious debate when it should be about your book.
I guess, yeah.
Fuck those religious fucking freaks.
Well, that's mean. I wouldn't say that.
Sorry, I'm an atheist. Like, you know, I'm the atheist.
I'm also an atheist, but I'm not a dick about it. Can we stop with the religious talk? Everyone is allowed to have a view or belief. Sure. I don't. Didn't Jesus say to pray or like within your own space or something? I don't know. Don't bother me. I understand people's issues with it. Yeah, I just I don't care. Jesus loves you. I don't care. I don't care. Jesus. Oh, what? Good luck on your life. Thank you so much for the $2. That means so much. Do you believe in Jesus? No, I do not believe in Jesus. He said to preach to the nations. Great. More contradictions. Wonderful. W. Bearded. Oh, Bearded. I must have missed something. Oh, the chat. Duh. I ordered your book because it seems very interesting. Sure, it was a used, and I hope you get the money. It's no problem either way. I'm just happy you bought it. I'm happy that somebody gets to read it and experience it. And, you know, I'm glad it's out there in the world and it's going to be in the hands of somebody who actually wants it. I don't care if I get the money. Jesus died for us and rose. See, the people, if you believe in Jesus, that's great.
But stop trolling.
Because, but the mouse book, a mouse book, yeah, I mean, they're called mice, but yeah, they're mice. They're basically mice with magical properties. Can I pray for you? Dude, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. The people who come in here and do this, it's a circle jerk. They're not, because you're either going to get vindicated by people who already believe, or you're going to get some kind of high off of people like me who are going to say, I don't believe, or maybe have a discussion about it. I don't think people who come on here preaching about Jesus are sincere. I think they're doing it to make themselves feel good and to get attention by streamers online.
That's how Jesus people are.
Not all of them, just the ones who come into people's chats.
Especially Christians. Christians, they do it to make them feel good about themselves, and I think it's stupid.
You're painting it with a broad brush, and I don't vibe with that.
Who,
yes. Or maybe Crypto Jew. I love you, man. I love you too. He loved you and me. Maybe if he were alive now, I think maybe if he were alive now, maybe he would love me. But I don't think he is alive now, and therefore I don't think he ever knew me and could ever love me. I'm Christian, but I'm not forcing it. I'm forcing anything. He is risen. He is not risen. There's no evidence for him rising. You don't know it, but he loves you. Prove it. We're not all like that, but I understand her complaints. Yeah, I know you're not all like that. Oh, my wife's, yeah. Yeah, I just, because there might be a large swath of people who act like that, but I don't want to paint too big of a brush because there's lots of Christians who aren't shoving it in people's faces. There are lots of Christians who try to respect other people's beliefs. And I respect that people like have their own beliefs. I may not respect those specific beliefs because I have a higher standard or whatever. But I'm not going to be like a huge dick to you. Unless you're like being a dick, then I'm not going to be a dick to you. There's good and bad in any group. Exactly. It just is how it is. 3,000 manuscripts more than Plato and people do. But so, yeah, that's not a convincing argument because like I could talk about like there's lots of religions with lots of writings. They're all just claims, man. You gotta bring actual evidence. The written evidence is a lot. You see, just because people write shit down isn't evidence. It's not enough. Maybe because like I think evidence is it's equal to like the claims. So if you're claiming there's a God and he loves you and he created the universe, that's an incredible claim. And just writing it down in a book and saying that it happened is not enough. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and people writing shit down in a book is not extraordinary. It's not convincing, and you shouldn't be convinced by it either. Bearded, thanks again for the $2. Bam, heart. How do you think How do you think How made the Earth? I don't think. Could you rewrite that? I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to say. I think I know. I know what you're saying, but it's confusing.
I'm guessing he's saying how did God make the Earth?
Well, if he's about to say, how do you think the Earth was made? I don't know. How much emphasis are you putting on the word "made"? Because I feel like that holds a lot of baggage. Because nobody made the trees. You know, you believe in science, and be autocorrect. That's fine. I believe the scientific method is the best way to ascertain truth to as close as we can get to truth. Like not capital T truth, but because there is no like capital T truth. You can only just be as close to accurate as you can get. I don't think you could ever truly be 100%. Science and religion don't have to contradict, but they do all the time, constantly. And that's religion's fault. What do you do? What do I need to do to make you believe in Jesus? That's a good question. That is a good question, and I don't know. I feel like God and Jesus would know those questions. I think they would know how to convince me. But they don't. They're not doing it. Interpretation is a big factor on that. Abraham Lincoln. Oh, let's see. We have lots of evidence of Abraham Lincoln. Vincent Van Gogh. We have. You can't. That's those. That's a crazy. That's just crazy to me that you could compare the existence of Abraham Lincoln to Vincent Van Gogh, or to Vincent Van Gogh and Abraham to Jesus Christ. Maybe Jesus Christ was like a real person. I don't necessarily doubt that, but it's one thing. It's a totally another thing to say that he is the Son of God, that he died and was resurrected. That's insane. Just written, like, just because people wrote it down is not enough for you can. There's lots of writings about Abraham Lincoln existing. There's accounts from all over the world that he existed and that some of the stuff he did was well documented. But Jesus, dying and coming back to life, there's not enough evidence for that. That is a wild claim. Like, I don't buy into the orthodox anti-science stuff. The Earth is only 6,000 years old. Evolution is false. That stuff is wild. Yeah, the evidence for like evolution and the age of the Earth is pretty overwhelming. So, do you believe we were monkeys? I can't believe I'm having this fucking conversation in 2026. I believe that like monkeys, chimpanzees, primates, including humans, all have a common ancestor. Um, we have that through. We have like the DNA evidence alone is pretty convincing. Our descendants, yeah, we are just like bananas and humans share a common ancestor if you go back far enough. That's what the evidence shows. You have to go back pretty fucking far, but but yeah, we have a common ancestor. That's what there's very strong evidence of evolution. We've seen it happen in very short time frames. Yeah. We have seen examples of like pretty quick, yeah, of it happening in short time frames. Buy my book. People coming into this chat, they should be asking about my book,
Yeah,
Oregonia and the Legend of Meese. I want to talk about a little bit of like, so this, they believe in like spirits, like these sort of avatars for the elements. And I there is a meta critique of religion in my book where, and this will be fleshed out in this, like the second and third books.
I can hear your voice through the monitor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can drop the religion stuff. I'm actually adding on to the religion stuff. Because in my book, the spirits, their existence, and this is sort of a meta commentary on religion and how powerful it is, because it's through its power, a lot of its power comes from belief and how many people believe it and how strongly people believe it. And this this belief system, like button 2, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. The existence of the spirits and their power directly correlates to people's belief in them. So, in the early years, like in the world of my story, people put they believed in nature. They believed in like the elemental forces, which those beliefs brought these spiritual beings into existence, and their ability to exist, along with how powerful they are, directly correlates to how many and people believe in them and how strongly they believe. And this is a meta commentary on like Christianity only has so much influence on you because of how many people believe in it and how strongly people believe and how much they force this shit on the world. And if we just believed in each other more, we wouldn't need to rely on all these fantasies like God and Jesus and these ethereal elemental spirits. So that'll get expanded in the next couple books, but it's just sort of lightly touched upon in this one. Do you have morals? Yes. Utilizing the concept of worship as power, very cool. Brother, at this point we're just going to annoy him, and that's not going to help him become Christian. Yeah, if he's far gone anyways. Love it. That's so funny. Yeah, man. I've been watching Christians debate atheists for like over 10 years. I've heard all the arguments and I've heard all the counter arguments. Now, maybe like the arguments are never convincing and the counter arguments are pretty good. I might not be able to counter all of your arguments. I'm not the best at debating, but I'm just not convinced by your arguments, and just because you believe so strongly in this, that shouldn't mean like. Should I believe in this stuff just because you believe in it so strongly? Should I believe based on your belief? Like, Do you believe we went to the moon? Well, we have evidence we went to the moon, so yes. I was atheist for a long time, so I understand how evidence against it is convincing. It's not just the evidence against it, it's the fact that there's not enough evidence for it. The evidence that they do provide is not convincing. It is the burden of proof is on the people who make the claim. Christians claim God and Jesus are real, and those claims are just not substantiated, in my opinion. Yeah, I'll wrap it up soon. Should I be science? They seem to force it. Should I be science? Science is like a method we use to help, like, determine truth. It's not like a belief system. And you're being facetious. Like, did we descend from bananas? Like this, you're reading from like a script. I've heard all of these arguments. You tried to do like the watchmaker argument essentially, or did you? Maybe not. No, I don't. Maybe you didn't. No, I don't think you made the watchmaker argument. But man, I've heard all these for over a decade now, and they're just not convincing. I am Christian, however, I do not watch anyone's channel to judge. That is not my job. And I don't inherently dislike Christians. My whether I like you or not has nothing to do with with you being Christian. I'm not gonna dislike you just because you're Christian. I have nothing against Christians inherently. Just like I think somebody earlier in the chat said, there's all kinds of every group of people has good and bad. There are bad Christians and there are good Christians, and I think the good Christians are good people despite their religion. I think maybe they attribute their goodness to their religion. I think that's, you're doing yourself a disservice when you do that, because I think you would be good despite it, or even if you don't. Nah. I don't need religion to be a good person, so neither do you. I never said you didn't like me. Oh, I never said you didn't like me. I'm saying to these Christians who are judging you are not doing Christian things. Yeah, I mean, sorry if I might have implied that. I just wanted to make it clear that I didn't dislike anybody for being Christian. And judging you are not doing Christian things, but from their perspective, maybe they are. Because there's so many different ways to interpret Christianity and the texts, and maybe from their perspective, what they are doing is very Christian, and from your perspective, it's not very Christian. And that's kind of that's one of the problems with Christianity and all religions, is you can interpret it however you want. You can shape it into whatever you need it to justify all of your different beliefs. It's fluid. I'm not judging lol. I mean, you can say you're not judging, but I think you're lying to me or you're lying to yourself, and I could be wrong. Maybe you're not judging me, but I'm picking up on the vibes, and I feel like you are judging me. You might not think you are, but I think you are, and you're either lying to me or you're lying to yourself. And I can't really prove that. It's just a vibe thing. You said he's too far gone. That's a very judgy dude. That's true, I can see that. You started the debate. I'm counter-arguing you. Subscribe to catch all the latest videos. So who started? Who started the debate? Did I start it? Because you came in here talking about Christianity, and I was just talking about it because you're talking about it. I don't know if that's what you meant. Anyways, you should buy my book, Oregonia and the Legend of the Mies. I didn't bring up Jesus. Somebody brought up Jesus. Somebody did. I only brought it up because other people were talking about it. You should buy my book, Oregonia and the Legend of Nice, on Amazon.
I'm sorry, I'm too lazy to get up. Can you wash my mask and my reservoir real quick? I'm really tired.
That's okay. He's not here for debate. He's promoting his book. There's just been a lot of preaching. I know it's so weird, and that's what makes me think a lot of this stuff is bots. Maybe this guy in particular isn't a bot, but there are Russian bots and Russian bots and Chinese bots. Israel bots. They have bot farms, and they're trying to convince us, like, troll people and try to convince us Christianity's on the rise. And can't wait to read your book, sir. I know my daughter will love it. That warms my heart. I was talking about it because you were. And I was talking about it because multiple people have been popping into my chat talking about it. That's the only reason I was talking about it. It's probably part bot, part people doing too much because Easter weekend. Yeah, I think both are true. I believe in Jesus, but I don't believe in Israel or Zionist. I guess that's good, I guess. I'll be back in a second.
Where's the water at?
I'll end it soon. Yeah, I know. I believe in Jesus, but I don't believe in Jesus. Oh.
If you want to use this now.
Sure.
Make sure you plug it in
Yep.
first. Don't forget to put your mask on too.
I won't.
I love you, babe.
I love you too.
Here's the water. Where do you want me to put it? Sorry for being so lazy. Just so tired.
Yeah. Holy moly. So describe the main character of your book and what you were going for by his or her character. I just wanted to make a good, kind person, someone that I can look up to, that others can look up to. He just tries to do the right thing. Like, it's like a fairly, like, simple, like, character. Like, he's not, huh?
You gave him a mask, right?
Yeah. It's not, he does go through a lot, and he does go through some changes, like, some of his, like, his sort of morals and ethics are put to the test. And they're pushed to the limit. Oh, babe. I'm sorry. It's on the bed.
I know it is, but Trevor might be.
I have to turn the light on. Where was I? Oh, I just noticed the Triforce tat. That's dope. Oh yeah, thanks. Big ol' Legend of Zelda fan. So as an individual who has to choose between what they believe is right or wrong. Well, what he's going on this adventure, and he believes what he's doing is right, And there are some things that happen that kind of get him to question what he's doing is right or wrong. But his ability to empathize
Yeah, I have to get up anyway.
is pushed to the limit by the end.
Babe, go pay for me.
Yeah, I wish. I love you, babe. The heart is deceitful. Okay. Very cool concept. Yeah, thank you. It's not like it's not like what?
Do we light on downstairs?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not? I think it's good to leave a light on downstairs. Yeah, it's not like a super groundbreaking concept, but in the sequel, I want to push him even further because a big character arc for him, because he doesn't have like a huge character arc per se in the first book, but in the second book, he's going to go through a character arc where he's going to have to pick up a more of a like a leadership role, and he's going to have to make some really hard decisions. And he's gonna his ability to choose between what's right and wrong is he's not always gonna know. It's gonna really be pushed to the test, far more than the first book, and with much more intention. Because I feel like a lot of the stuff I did in the first book, I felt like I sort of did by accident. I was really winging it. What is your favorite Zelda game? Sorry. Oh, you could always ask about whatever. Sorry, I had to. Mine is the Legend of Link. The Legend of Link. That's a crazy pick. Wasn't it called I don't know. Are you talking about A Link to the Past? Doesn't have to be groundbreaking to be powerful. That is true. That is very, very, very true. I mean, my favorite Zelda game is Twilight Princess. And then, like, Tears of the Kingdom is, like, a pretty close second. You know, and then, like, Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker they're sort of up there. I do like A Link to the Past. It used to be pretty high up there for me, but A Link Between Worlds is, like, a remake and sequel wrapped in one. And it's like... It's so good. So like A Link Between Worlds sort of surpassed A Link to the Past for me. Man, I have to replay that. Majora's Mask was my intro, so it was a special spot in my heart, no doubt. I had a hard time getting into it because I was a little kid when I tried to play Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask is my favorite.
Yeah, my wife loves it. But for me, I was introduced to it when I was little, after Ocarina of Time, and I just had a really hard time wrapping my head around it.
Love you, baby.
I love you too. Good night. I think as long as I keep making money, I'm going to keep streaming. No, I'll go to bed soon. It was A Link to the Past, right? Link to the Past, like that was my first 2D Zelda game. I played it on the Game Boy Advance. I wasn't sure what to expect because I'd always played the 3D ones, and I ended up loving it. I'm like, this shit, yeah, it was dope. But like now, A Link Between Worlds has surpassed it. As far as like 2D Zeldas go, like I think I love Echoes of Wisdom, but I think I still like A Link Between Worlds more than Echoes of Wisdom. Zelda is very relevant to this conversation in regards to my book. I'll wake her up if I do that. I'll do it before bed, okay? What? That's wild. Like button. I still have my Super Nintendo. Oh, that's sick. I bought the Super Nintendo Classic, like the little mini one. I bought it for my wife for Christmas. Excuse me. So we made a book sale, and we got 2 donos. That's pretty good. That's better than most streams. I might have to do more sit-down, vertical type streams more often, because I'm getting a lot more engagement than I would like a normal. Because I used to do this same exact thing, but on a vertical, and you guys could watch me. I mean, you guys could. I'll probably still do that. I like to do streams where I work on the sequel, and then you get to see me write it in real time. My dad bought it brand new, and I still have it. That's sick. I do think the short streams will be beneficial for you. It seems like it. Because donos on this channel are very rare. I've gotten 2 donos, and somebody bought my book. So, and this is way better than TikTok. I might have to try doing this type of thing on Twitch too. Like that would be smart. Maybe like I can get a second phone or a second device and maybe try to do this on Twitch. I have a Twitch account. Yeah, he is. Do you want me to put him in his bed? What? Okay. A lot of people like to farm new viewers here and then migrate them to Twitch. I mean, Twitch is... that's tough. I always like to do both at the same time because I never know which one's really gonna like pull through for me. Like 10 years from now, like am I gonna have like a giant Twitch audience or a giant YouTube audience? Like I have no idea. Excuse me. I need to work on. I wrote another book. I gotta finish it. I mean, it's finished. I just have to finish editing it. I'll have to make a separate stream about that book and all the problems I have with it. And that's gonna be a tough one. Thank you for the likes, guys. Thank you for the donos. Thank you for the likes. And if you're new here, check out my book, Oregonia and the Legend of the Niece. You can buy it on Amazon. It's about these mythical critters who go on an adventure across the realms to save their home from an ancient darkness that hasn't been seen since the fall of mankind. I really only spend my time on YouTube when I have it, so I randomly stumbled across your channel, and I love it. And like, this isn't typically my content. I made a lot of gaming content. I play a lot of video games. I play a lot of Final Fantasy, Zelda, Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts. So, yeah, I mean, you could watch me play all those video games. And then I occasionally do streams where I talk about my book or I work on my book. I'd watch all of that. LOL algorithm was on point. Sweet. Yeah. You can watch me play Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9. Final Fantasy 9 and Final Fantasy 16. And I've been replaying the Kingdom Hearts series. I think I managed to play all of them on the channel. So like 1, 2, 3, Chain of Memories, Birth by Sleep. I don't know if I ever did Dream Drop Distance. Might have started it. I'm a gun guy. I love guns, books, and coffee. So you were talking about book, and I was like, okay, awesome. I'm not really like. I'm definitely like generally pro Second Amendment, but I'm personally not a gun guy. Like, I don't like. I'm not. I don't know. I kind of don't like guns, but I understand how like the importance of the Second Amendment. It's even more relevant now, because the reason we have the Second Amendment is because if the government ever becomes tyrannical, and this is the closest we've had a tyrannical government in recent history. So the Second Amendment is more relevant than ever. I play games for older. I play games, but older games, not too many. Newer games, my Nintendo 64 hasn't been plugged in years. Lol. So, same boat for me. I don't own any, but I'm glad others are allowed to. Yeah. Haha, you don't have to be into guns. I was just saying how I was. It just came to mind. I just wanted to throw my 2 cents out there. My feelings. I'm just speaking my mind. Just gonna fall asleep right here. Watch, I'll wake up and I'll make $1,000. Imagine getting paid to sleep. Okay, didn't want it to be political. My guns do 2 things, and only 2 things: protect and provide. Honestly, people do watch sleeping streams. I really don't understand it. I think I don't know. I have no idea. If they're watching women, it's because they're hoping that like a titty will fall out, or their butt, or something. That's definitely part of it. To each their own, I suppose. Lol. Oh, valid point. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, don't. I have a lot of old game consoles. That's it. I have a GameCube. I guess my wife has a GameCube. My wife has a 64. I have a Wii U. I'm back. Izzy. What's up? Man, you missed some shit. I lost all of mine in a flood a couple of years ago. Oh, that makes me sad. Now I just do PC. I have a PS1 Super Nintendo. That's just what happened. I'll just like we had this big discussion about like religion, and it just went on for a while because like I kept getting all of these Christians in my chat telling me Jesus loves me. It was super weird. People being overly preachy and annoying about it. Yeah, basically. And this one guy who's just persistent. Reading off his script. Oh. Yeah. But we eventually wrapped it back around to talking about my book, Oregonia and the Legend of Meese, available on Amazon. which I ordered. Yes. Lisa, like a G, true. So we got. I made $4 and a book sale. That's a good night. Yeezy, did you get a chance to see my character designs? Did you get to see them? No, I didn't. I think you would appreciate it. There's Eli Donwood from Cloverfield. He's a good boy. He's best boy. He's just a good lad. At some point, I'll definitely snag one. Yeah, you won't find it in stores, so you got to buy it on Amazon, unfortunately. Sick. Thank you. Okay, this one I gotta be careful. There, that is Shroud. They're from the village of Bayleaf. Yeah, I screenshot it so I can find it when I have money. Sick. And thanks for sticking around. Not gonna lie, better than the last one. Yeah, they're all pretty good. Okay, and then we got Chris Ironwill from the village of Silver Falls. Jesus did not die. So, what? Oh, I was reading an old message, because like the chat on my phone is stuck, so I've been using the chat on my computer. Oh, I like the Iron Will's character design. Oh, what do you think about this one? This is Pete Peterson from the village of Maryville. I like how chilly is. I need it. So I had a feeling you would appreciate these. And then there's Stephanie Gales from the village of Roseshire. Pete has so much character. I want to hang out with him. Lol. I want to hang out with him too. He's a super chill guy. He's like a super chill guy, almost like throughout the whole story. He's kind of got the least amount going on, so he has less to be stressed about. He kind of goes through a little mini character arc early in the story, and that's most of what his character goes through. Now, actually, how much for the last one is my favorite. Oh, I got one more. The antagonist. This is Umbra Duskroot, one of the original Myths in the like creation myth of the Myths. He's a bad dude. You can tell because he's dark and foreboding, and he has a cut in his ear. That's funny. Now I paid artists to make these. They're based off sketches I made and I paid people to make those. So that way, whenever I pay people to make cover arts or to make to make to make art for the book, they I have references for the characters, so they would always be consistent. What is cut? What is the cut from? Do we have more lore? Ooh, there's a lot of so Eli and Umbra have this unspoken connection in the books, and the explanation for that connection is vaguely hinted at in the first book, and it will be expanded upon more in the next book. But Eli, through having this connection with Umbra, is able to he sees some of Umbra's memories. So even though Umbra's this bad guy and does some bad things, Eli can connect with him unlike anybody else in the story. Which makes facing him even harder, because I shouldn't say even harder, because if without having that connection there, it probably would have been easy to actually stand up against him. But now he has this connection to him, so he has to figure out what the right thing to do is. And then through this connection and through these memories, we the reader and Eli get to find out what happens to this Umbra guy and why he's so angry and has so much resentment. Oh, that's cool. It makes it more complex and layered. Yeah, and yeah, I don't want to spoil the sequel. So you'll just have to, if you tune in for future streams, you can catch me working on the sequel. I'm almost done with the outline, and once I'm done with the outline, I can finally get to work writing the sequel. But I'm happy to go into details. I'll probably talk about just about anything except the ending and the sequel to that one. I plan on making a third book, and I plan on making it like a trilogy and then just cutting it off there. Trilogies are like the perfect format for telling multiple stories. Yeah, don't say too much. Was just very curious. Guys, I'll be right back. It's funny, I have 455 views, but a lot of those are people just boop, 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 boop. What's this? A 49-second short was uploaded to your... Oh god. I didn't know I can make clips like that. I didn't know I can just tap that button and it makes a clip. Trilogies are a really good format, long enough to expand, but not too much. It's boring. Yeah. And then, if you have a good enough trilogy and they do expand on it, then you can just ignore the other stuff. Like with Lord of the Rings, I don't really bother with the Hobbit movies. Because Lord of the Rings is like the perfect trilogy. I wrote a book. You should buy it. It's getting late. And although I don't really celebrate Easter, I'm still going to do the egg hunt. Because it's fun for the kids. I liked the Hobbit book as a kid, but they kind of did it dirty with the movie. Lindsay Ellis made an awesome video series about the Hobbit, where she talks about basically its creation and its fall of the Hobbit movies. And she does this really funny thing where she's like, oh, this is part 1 of 3. This is part 2 of 3. Oh, no. This is part 1 of 2, part 2 of 2, and part 3 of 2. Because the Hobbit movies were only supposed to be 2 movies. And then the studio said, we want 3 movies. Because they're greedy. So, yeah, watch Lindsay Ellis. Watch Lindsay Ellis. She's great. I'm so glad she came back. She took a hiatus for a few years because she was getting harassed online, and now she's back. And she made a video a few months ago that actually made me cry at the end. I wonder if I can find it. Hold on. It's just so goddamn beautiful. Lindsay Ellis. Watch Lindsay Ellis. Oh, she's an author too. I've never read her books though. I'm sure they're good. She's a great writer. She writes video essays, so. Oh, she just made a video about Aladdin. Empathy. Oh, the unforgivable sin of Miss Rachel. Okay, so it's a 2-hour and 20-minute video about empathy, and it features Miss Rachel. And I cried by the end of the video. Welcome back, Izzy. I did buy it. Sorry. I'm going to go because of Easter and stuff. Yeah, they got too greedy. I'll have to check her out. Happy Easter. Take care. Easy. Yeah. Holy moly. She made a video about Yoko Ono. It was like, that people blame her for breaking up the Beatles, but it's total bullshit. It's not her fault. People are just like racist and sexist. She got blamed for it. And then her most recent video is about Aladdin and this movie called The Thief and the Cobbler that I think it bombed. It was this weird movie. I remember seeing an ad for it, and I always thought it was just so weird. Alright. It's almost been 3 hours. I made $4 in a book sale. So it's time to go. Send happy poop for 10 jewels. Nice. Christopher. This is my book, Oregonia and the Legend of the Niece. It's available on Amazon. I'm very, very tired. What are... Oh, jewels. Okay. So I forgot about jewels. That's like a YouTube thing. Yeah, about that time for me too. Very interesting stream. Glad I caught you. What's TN mean again? You said it earlier, but I can't fucking remember. Tonight? This. Somebody help me. I don't know what TN means. Tonight. Okay. Based on context. Christopher. I hope you check out my book. Thank you for the poop. Valid, lol, there's too many acronyms these days, yeah. That's the cool thing about language, man. It evolves, even in stupid ways. Okay. I'm just gonna fall asleep right here, and hopefully I'll make a bunch of money by the morning. Oh shit! I made money. That's how you do it, baby. This. Holy shit! Good night, all. Have a great rest of the stream. Happy Easter. Holy fuck! I was only kidding. I was only half serious. I'm just gonna go back to sleep and see if I make more money. Toodaloos. Buy my book. Just hold my book like this. Just